Good morning, cadets. This is the seventh chapter in your non detailed textbook, A Pact with the Sun. And the title of this chapter is The Wonder Called Sleep. So, this is the chapter which is about sleep. What is the advantage of sleep? And what is the nature of sleep? And what happens when you sleep? Our body and brain recover from fatigue after a good sleep. And what is fatigue? Fatigue is a tiredness. We dream while sleeping, but we do not always remember our dreams. And during sleep, what actually happens to our body? Our heartbeat becomes lower, our temperature and blood pressure go down. So let's study about this. We know enough about what sleep is, though we don't know what exactly causes sleep. So this is not a story, but it's a non-fictional article which is about sleep. So how we write the essay? So this one is an article, this one is an essay. We know enough about what sleep is, though we don't know what exactly causes sleep. हमें नींद के बारे में बहुत कुछ मालूम है, but what is causing us to sleep, that we don't know. So what is actually sleep? Sleep is a state of rest. So we are able to take rest when we are asleep. So what is sleep? Sleep is a state of rest. It's an unconscious rest. So it is a state of unconscious rest. So we are able to take rest. So it is a state of rest. So it is a state of unconscious rest. When we sleep, our body recovers from fatigue caused by the day's activities. We are very busy during the day and we have been involved in number of activities during the day, and as a result we become tired. So what happens? It results into fatigue. And what is fatigue? Tiredness. So we feel very tired because of the activities that we do during daytime. After good sleep and the rest that it gives, we become alert and active again. When we have good sleep and when we take rest, so when we have good sleep, naturally we'll have a rest. Then after that, once again we become active and we are ready for the normal activities of the day. So we are ready to undertake the remaining activities of the day. We are ready to undertake the activities. Okay. So this is what is the in the first paragraph. Now you can see the picture of a boy sleeping there, and usually it's at night when we sleep. When we wake up in the morning, it is not always possible for us to remember what happened when we were asleep. So when we were sleeping, what has happened, we are not able to remember. So what happens when we are sleeping? What happens? We may remember a dream. So we go on dreaming. So sometimes we dream during sleep, but it is not necessary that we always remember. Sometimes we forget what we have dreamt. But the rest of our sleep was a kind of darkness in which nothing seems to have taken place. So sometimes we dream, and sometimes it's a very colorful, but a rest, as far as our sleep is concerned, it's a kind of darkness which we hardly remember anything. We don't know anything what actually has happened during that particular time. Several things happen to our body while we are sleeping. So many things happen when we are sleeping. And what all those things happen? As we sink deeper into sleep, our muscles relax more and more. So when we are deep asleep, then actually that is the time what is happening to our body, our muscles, they are relaxing more and more. And actually our heartbeat also becomes slower. So our heartbeat goes down, our temperature, body temperature, that also will go down. So temperature will go down, our heartbeat becomes low, blood pressure goes down. So what all happens when we are sleeping? The ever active brain also slows down. So even the brain, it also slows down. So it also becomes very slow so that we can't think or act consciously. So we are not aware what is happening and all. So when we are in conscious state, when we are aware, similar way will not be able to do that because even our brain is taking rest. But we dream. But sometimes we are quite active, but we are actually what we are doing, we are dreaming in that particular state. When we wake up, our temperature and blood pressure rise to normal. So when we get up, what happens? When we get up from our sleep, then our temperature will become normal. It will rise, it will go up. Rise means it will go up and it will become normal. Our body temperature becomes normal, blood pressure becomes normal. Our heartbeat also becomes normal. Our breathing also becomes normal. And we are fully awake and have forgotten most, if not all, the dreams that we had while sleeping. So, here, what actually happens? What is the state of sleep? So, actually, sleep is a state of rest, we can say. And what is the advantage of sleep? Naturally, our body takes rest due to sleep. Okay, let's go to the next part of this chapter, and it is dealing with dream. A dream is an activity of the mind when we are asleep. What is a dream? So we are going to study about what is a dream. In the first part, we have seen what is sleep. Sleep is a rest. So sleep is a state of rest. What about dream? So when we are sleeping, we are dreaming. So dream is an activity of the mind. Whereas sleep, it's an activity of the body. Our body temperature goes down. Our heartbeat slows down. Yes. So that is what happens when we are asleep. Our blood pressure goes down. Now, what is a dream? So this one is about dream. So this section of the chapter, the second part of the chapter, is dealing with dream. Dream is an activity of the mind that takes place when we are asleep. So when we are sleeping, so there is a mental activity that is taking place. Some dreams are probable while others are not. Some dreams are probable. So some that we dream actually that actually can take place, but there are some things which are imaginary flights which are not possible, not feasible, not probable. That only means that many of the things that happen in dreams could happen when we are awake. So when we are in awakening state, that time those things, it is possible to happen, but many of those things may not happen, or it is not possible to happen in reality. Others could not. So there are a number of things that probably will not be able to take place. So see, this way we'll have imaginary flight. Dreams seem to be important for several reasons. So there are different reasons why dreams are very, very important. One is that a dream can help us to sleep through noise or other disturbances. So when we are dreaming, let there be any kind of noise or any sort of disturbance, we'll enjoy that dream to that extent that we'll not be able to get up. So we'll be able to sleep. For example, the alarm clock rings, but our mind causes us to dream that the telephone is ringing or doorbell is ringing, and that we are awake and answering it. And this is how we'll be dreaming it, and that's why we'll not get up. So when we are dreaming, it will help us to sleep through noise. So let there be any noise, we'll be able to sleep through noise or the disturbance. So we'll not get disturbed and will not get up when we are dreaming. Usually we'll not get up. Certain doctors have found that one's dreams often reveal a great deal about one's problems. So if you are facing some sort of problems, then when we inquire the kind of dreams you had, that it will reveal. It will tell about some of this problem that one has been facing, and that if you understood correctly, they can provide a key to the solution of those problems. If somebody is facing a psychological problem, we'll be able to understand the kind of problem they have been facing. We'll be able to find the solution for those problems when we understand their dreams. So first thing is, when you are dreaming, you can sleep though there is a noise or other disturbance. Second one, will be able to find a key or solution to number of psychological problems that are being faced when we understand the dreams that you dream. But we must remember one thing: dreams cannot be used as a way to tell the future. So it is not that on the basis of the dreams we can tell the future of somebody, we can predict the future of somebody. They simply can never tell the future. Okay, so how an astrologer predicts about somebody's future, so similar way, with the help of a dream, will not be able to predict the future of somebody. So sleep is the most common experience, and we need sleep. And after getting up, we become very, very active. But how many of us really think about the wonder and power of sleep? So, the power of sleep, wonder that is called sleep. So, what is the power of sleep, or how wonderful the sleep is? Many poets have written beautiful poems about sleep, and here is one poem in which the poet is describing the experience of falling asleep. Okay, so let's read this poem, Lights Out. So, what is the title of the poem? Lights Out. I have come to the borders of sleep. I have come to the borders of sleep. So, here the poet says that he is there, very close to the border of sleep. The unfathomable deep. So unfathomable means what? Very deep. So it's a very, very deep, where you'll be not able to find, it's a depth. Unfathomable deep. Forest where all must lose their way. So such a sleep. It's like a deep forest where you're lost your way. However, the way might be straight, however straight, or winding, or zigzag. Soon or late, they cannot choose. But you lose your way in such a way that you don't find the way. That was a way. It can be straight or it can be winding, and you'll be lost to a totally different kind of world. There's not any book or a face of dearest look. It is not there in any particular book what you dream about that. Or it is not the face of dearest look. It's not a face of the person whom you love most, dearest, that I would not turn from now To go into the unknown, I must enter and leave alone. I know not how. So I'll be living alone. You'll be dreaming yourselves. You'll be in that world all alone. And that kind of world, the poet does not want to live. But how he dreams, how that fantasy that comes into his mind, he's not aware of all that. But he feels that you should get into that world, the world of dream, and that world of dream that is possible through sleep. And who is the poet? Edward Thomas. So let's discuss the questions on this chapter. So let's discuss the first question which is there on this story. Okay. So what is the first question? What is the most obvious advantage of sleep? Yes, very simple question. So the most obvious advantage of sleep is what? Sleep is rest for the body and brain. So the most obvious advantage of sleep is rest. What happens to our body when we sleep? So what happens? Our body recovers from fatigue due to a number of activities during the day. Yes, our body is totally tired. So we get rid of that tiredness. So what happens when we sleep? Our muscles relax. The body recovers from fatigue. The temperature of body slow down. The blood pressure also goes down. The heartbeat slows down. The temperature goes down. In fact, the body and mind relax due to sleep. So when you are writing, if you have to write in one sentence, you can say that our body relaxes when we sleep, or our muscles relax, the body recovers from fatigue, the temperature and blood pressure fall, the heartbeat slows down. Define a dream in your own words. So, what is dream? Dream is the activity of the mind, and we dream when we sleep. Why are dreams important? What is the importance of the dream? What are the advantages of the dream? Mention two reasons. Two reasons are given here. We are able to sleep though there is noise and other disturbances. So are able to sleep through noise and other disturbances. And secondly, dreams reveal about one's problems. Why has sleep been called a wonder? So the question here, why has sleep been called a wonder? It is called wonder because we are able to dream about strange things and nobody knows what brings about this sleep and nobody knows about the secrets and depths of sleep. Describe briefly to the class an improbable dream you have ever had. So you are supposed to narrate or you are supposed to tell about the dream, an improbable dream. So here, the fantasy that you had, what is not possible in reality, that an improbable dream that you should be able to tell. Okay? So the dream that you had, you should be able to tell. Okay, let's see here. Grandmothers and mothers sing nice little songs while rocking little ones to sleep. And what is such a song called? Such a song is called lullaby. Do you remember lullaby in your own language? So if you are able to Remember any lullaby in your own language. Tell the class in English what the lullaby says. Thank you. Goodbye.